Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll start with Python variable scopes. So Python scope is a place where variables are defined and looked up. Scopes help prevent name clashes across your program's code. That is, the names defined in one program unit don't interfere with names in another. Now we look into namespace. When you use a name in program, Python creates, changes or looks up the name in what is known as a namespace, or the place where the name lives. When we talk about search for a name's value in relation to code, the term scope refers to a namespace. That is, the location of names assignment in your source code determines the scope of names visibility to your code. By default, all names assigned inside a function are associated with that function's namespace and no other. This rule means that a name assigned inside a function can only be seen by the code within that function. You cannot even refer to such names from outside the function. Names assigned inside a function do not clash with variables outside the function, even if the same names are used elsewhere. For example, a name x assigned outside a given function is completely different from a name x assigned inside a function. In all cases, the scope of a variable is always determined by where it is assigned in your source code and has nothing to do with which functions call which. Now, Python's name resolution scheme is sometimes called the LEGB rule. That means the local scope, enclosed scope, global scope and built-in scope. Right. So when you use an unqualified name inside a function, Python searches up to 4 scopes. First, it will start with the local scope, then the local scopes of any enclosing functions or lambdas are searched, then the global scope is searched, then the built-in scope is searched, and it stops at the first place where the name is found. And if the name is not found during this search, Python reports an error. When you assign a name in a function, Python always creates or changes the name in the local scope unless it is declared to be global or non-local in that function. When you assign a name outside the function, the local scope is same as the global scope, that is the module's namespace. Now this figure illustrates how Python looks up for the variables when you search. First, it will search in the local scope, that is names assigned inside the function. Then it will search for the enclosing functions, then the global scope, then the built-in scope. Right. So this is the theoretical part of Python variable scopes. Next in the video, we'll understand all these local, global, enclosing and built-in scope using examples. Thank you.